All right, we are recording. You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Hey! Welcome to Stadia Squad. We are back.
Boom, boom, boom.
And we are your co-hosts.
Yes.
Rocky the Gamer Pro and
John the Google Geek.
And we are here with another edition of Stadia News. In this edition, we will be talking about, is Stadia right for you? You in particular, because we care about you.
Yeah.
All right, so in this edition, we'll be going over that question in 3 different subjects: price, gameplay, and continuity. So starting us off,
Yes.
price, which is probably more important than the others, in my opinion.
What's it going to cost me?
What makes the price of Stadia different than PC and other consoles? Well, let's just go through the facts that we have so far.
All right.
Stadia is coming out in 2 different editions. One, the Stadia Founders Pack, which is going to be priced at around $130. Now, you may ask, what does that include? It includes Chromecast Ultra, a Stadia Night Blue controller, 3 months of Stadia Pro, which is basically like their Xbox Live or a PlayStation Plus subscription, but 3 months of that included, and a 3-month buddy pass so you could play with your friend, and a copy of Destiny 2 Shadowkeep. Now, let's think about how that is different than Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus.
Yes.
Xbox Live, a 12-month subscription is about $60. PlayStation Plus, 12-month subscription, about $60. And with the Founders Edition, including this Stadia Pro subscription, I think it's pretty fair. They're saying that by itself, a Stadia Pro is $10 a month. So for 12 months, that's $120. But they say this also includes a free game library that you can play with Stadia. Now, if you choose not to do the Stadia Founders Edition and go with Stadia Base that we hear is coming out in January of 2020, that is not a monthly subscription, does not come with the free game library, but will allow you to play Stadia
For free?
So, that's debatable on whether or not it's worth it. In addition to the subscriptions to play games, you also have the price of just the hardware. So, let's compare. With Stadia, the only hardware you need is pretty much a device that has Google Chrome. Now, there is some limited functionality with phones because right now only the Pixel 3 and above can run the Stadia browsers. But if you compare that to a PC, like a decent gaming a PC would be around $1,000. I mean, if you got all the latest graphics cards and you got the sound cards and you got your nice monitors, nice mouse, keyboard, etc. And then with a good console like an Xbox One or PlayStation 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you're probably looking at $500 of your hard-earned money.
Ugh.
So I think that's a good difference there. I think Stadia is coming out on a more affordable side in that regard. And last but not least on price, let's talk about the similarities. I think the controllers, first off, Stadia says you could use other controllers. So I'm guessing they're going to have a way you can configure your existing controllers that you have with their software. But in addition, their exclusive controllers to Stadia are about $70, which isn't much different than what you would find on Xbox or PlayStation. And then when it comes to games, they're standalone games which you can go online. We have other videos talking about the games that are out right now or that are promised to come out soon. They're about $60, so that's not much different than what you see on Xbox and PlayStation. So tell us a little bit about the gameplay, John.
That's really what you're coming for, right? Is actually getting your hands on this, playing these games. And this is what I'm really most excited about, is being able to play these games on all kinds of different devices. So I have a Pixel 3, and we're going to be hearing about the Pixel 4 this week. It just got announced, and so that's really exciting. I'll probably get a Pixel 4 shortly after it comes out. I'm not standing in line or anything like that for it, but yeah, some exciting stuff to be able to play on your Android phone. Eventually, all Android phones will probably be able to support this. Your Chromecast Ultra, playing it on my big TV in the living room on my couch is the way I enjoy playing games. And of course, if you like to sit on your computer in your fancy computer chair, you can play with your keyboard and a mouse, and that is going to be huge. Now, the actual look of the game is promising to be better than what's already out there.
Really?
I mean, when you're looking at these specs, the specs speak for themselves that this is going to be better gameplay than what's already out there. Now, the question everybody's asking is, does it really... I mean, yeah, it might be running great over at Google, but what is it going to look like when it's on my screen and my controller is connecting through Wi-Fi and all that stuff? Is that really going to be as amazing? So they're really working hard and promising some really big stuff here, and they're going to look like complete idiots if it doesn't like live up to the people's expectations. I really think they are bringing this out slowly, making sure they've got all their ducks in a row so that this looks amazing.
Okay.
Because it will be ridiculous if they put all this work into it and it's just a big flop. So I really believe it's going to be there when it starts to come out. You're going to see more and more devices being able to accept and play. So all your Android phones, I think eventually you're going to be able to play a lot more on your Apple products.
Okay.
Because your Apple products, you pull up a Chrome browser. So that's huge. Being able to play, let's be able to play Red Dead Redemption on your iPad. You know what I mean? That's going to be really, really fresh and new.
And talk to us about some of the specs you were talking about. Like what kind of differences would you see in like the actual resolutions and stuff like that?
So they're talking about 4K 60 frames per second on most all of the games that come out on this. And what's really exciting is as new games come out, all they have to do is just upgrade their data centers. We don't have to buy new devices. Now, I guarantee you they're going to try to sell us new and cooler controllers. That's coming. But I want new and cooler controllers, so I'm okay with that. But I'm not going to have to spend $400 or $500 every 3 years so I can play the new games that are coming out. They're going to keep updating stuff. They're going to keep it good. And if you don't want to pay for the higher frames per, the 4K stuff, you just get the free version. And a lot of people aren't even talking about in this gameplay. I was at my buddy's house just yesterday, and he just couldn't afford the multiplayer function on his PlayStation. So he's like, yeah, I don't have multiplayer this month. And I'm like, dude, man, Stadia, there's no charge for multiplayer. People don't realize you don't have to have Pro to do multiplayer. That is amazing. People don't think about that.
Yeah.
But that costs money. Man, I'm super excited about being able to play the way I want to play. Let's do it.
All right. So
continuity was number 3.
You're right, John. Continuity.
I said it right? Yeah, go for it, man.
We're working
Talk about it.
We're working on vocabulary as we record these videos. Continuity, in the form of Stadia, means that you will have seamless access to gaming from advertisements like trailers that you might see on YouTube. Like, I remember when I first saw like the Gears of War trailer, and I was like, they were singing that song, like, a familiar face. I think it was like Donnie Darko or something.
Something like that.
All of a sudden, I just want to start smashing fools in that game. But guess what? I didn't know how to get to that. I had to figure out, oh yeah, this game's coming out later. I got to find out the release date, blah, blah, blah. Well, with Stadia, one of the things that they plan to do is remove the middleman. All you have to do is watch something on YouTube, which I believe is also owned by Google, right? Because they're about to own everything. They're in competition with Disney on that. But they're going to be able to have like a play now button right after the video that you watch. I mean, we're talking about getting to the level of Ready Player One status where you have people just connected all kinds of ways. Like, we're talking about the Jetsons, where we're going to have conveyor belts in your mind and on your computer from seeing something and then doing something. It's going to be completely interactive. We're talking about the future here. And I mean, like John mentioned earlier, we're talking about 4K resolutions, which I believe is included with the Stadia Pro, to the 1080p, which is also awesome HD, but that's included in the free Stadia base that's coming out in January 2020. So regardless how you look at it, if you're looking for a more affordable option, if you're looking for the type of gameplay where you can play in great frames per second, 60 frames per second, great resolutions for your different devices, and you're looking for this seamless continuity, interactiveness where you can play with your friends at the push of a button from any type of device, I think Stadia is right for you.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add, sir?
You know what? You guys are looking at this. You're going to see a lot of articles of people talking about, like, the big thing this week is, well, I'm not with data caps. You know what I mean? And, you know, all these different things. Am I going to really be able to play on this thing? Well, listen. We know that if you're going to be streaming at 40K, 60 frames per second, that's the high end. It's going to be about 15 gigabytes per hour. You're going to be like really pulling in from your. Did you know that?
No, I
yeah.
didn't.
So that's about what it's going to be. But Stadia's already announced you can adjust just like you can on Netflix. What kind of quality? You can do this on YouTube. You can do this on Netflix. Kind of wish Hulu had that option. I don't think it does. But yeah. So if you watch Hulu, Netflix, those things at home, just set it up to where it's going to be okay. You're still going to play in high def. It's not going to change any of the latency, and you're going to be able to play just fine. Just fine. Now, I'm not going to be playing on my my cell phone data. In fact, I don't even think that's an option yet. You have to play on Wi-Fi. But let me tell you something. If people are throwing that at you about data caps and stuff like that, no. If you're watching Hulu and Netflix already and enjoying movies, this is going to be just fine for you. If you're not able to do that, dude, Stadia is not for you. Wait a little bit. But yeah, so that's what you need to know. So follow us, subscribe down below, because we are going to continue to play. We're going to continue talking about this news as it comes out. And as we know more, you'll learn more. And maybe you're one of those that just want to wait and see what these guys think about it when it actually comes out. Man, you're going to see it firsthand from us, and then you'll be able to make a better decision of whether or not this is going to be what you want under your tree this year for Christmas or something like that. So thanks for subscribing. Thanks for commenting, liking, sharing, all that good stuff.
All right. So I'm Rocky, the Gamer Pro.
I'm John, the Google Geek.
All right.
Squad out.